Northeast Ohio, how are you guys doing? I hope you're doing fantastic. It was a beautiful day after a turbulent forecast for you yesterday. Here's where we're going for the rest of the evening. Temperatures scaling back into the 60s here. Overnight tonight, I think some areas will dip into the 50s, and I don't think we'll have a whole lot to complain with. We'll have light and variable winds across the area overnight tonight, and look at that, mainly clear skies with a few fair weather clouds moving throughout the area tomorrow. We're going to keep our consistent trough across Northeast Ohio, which could likely bring in a few kind of spits here and there once we get into our Sunday and maybe tomorrow. But I think all in all, we're going to have a really nice Saturday. And for the most part, we'll have a nice Sunday as well. I put on sort of our color contour. This kind of indicates where the temperatures are right now, where you can see where the greens and yellows. That's indicating some milder conditions out across Northeast Ohio and frankly, the Midwest, Northeast and New England states. But that red is indicating that we still have a lot of things hot and heavy down in the deep south as well as the Texas region. Even Dallas right now, look at that, at 90 degrees after 10 p.m. down there right now. So low 70s, even some 60s moving through the Pittsburgh region, 79 for Charlotte. There's that pattern that's going to stick around, but this flow is going to move a little bit farther towards the east once we get into Tuesday, Wednesday of next week. So let's talk a little bit about our rain chances here. So we're going to keep our rain chances relatively low for the weekend. Saturday, only about a 10 to 20%, and we'll keep that trend going for Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and even by Thursday, we start to kind of turn it up just a wee bit. Overnight tonight, we're going to package up our temperatures, keeping most areas in the 50s here, some lakeside areas again in the low 60s. So a thumbs up for tomorrow and a thumbs up for Sunday. And again, that's not going to be very bad at all. Now let's talk about the trend. Remember I said that trend is going to be moving a little bit farther east. Most of the lower 48 is going to be enduring at least normal to likely slightly above and even well above normal conditions. Texas and even the deep south, they are used to that at least at this point, but that does not make it okay. Here's your National Design Mark forecast. Again, a few clouds moving throughout the area tomorrow. I think that trough is likely just kind of paint the sky with a little bit of darker clouds here. Maybe we get a few drips here and there, but again, not going to be an all-out washout. Not going to be a major threat for us at all. Once we get into Sunday, the Guardians are going to be playing around 1 p.m., and I think that trough is likely going to kind of carry with it a little bit of unsettled weather. We're going to watch this fairly closely, not only tomorrow, but certainly leading in towards Sunday morning as well. I think we could have a few isolated pop-ups of some showers and thunderstorms. Again, I'm going to keep it roughly around 30% for now. I do not have a high likelihood in terms of anything turning severe at all, nor being strong. But again, as we always know, Lake Erie has a different story, and we can likely be changing that. So here's the bigger picture once we get into the weekend. Saturday and Sunday, again, that ridge is building out towards the west right now. We're going to keep that trough moving in towards the east. Once we get into Monday, I think we're going to have a nice southerly flow that moves back in. And with that southerly flow, that will add moisture, not just at the lower levels, but also the mid and upper levels as well. And it will also increase our heat. Look at that fan of warmer conditions coming in the area on Wednesday and Thursday. And with the spike in temperatures, the spike in the humidity, the spike in moisture, that equate to a little bit of active weather. Here's that Union Home Mortgage 10. Again, notice that temperatures are going into the mid 80s, not just Monday and Tuesday, but upper 80s near 90 degrees by Thursday and Friday with a little bit more active weather for next weekend.